Hey guys, Winter here, and my good friend Eon, who you see on screen, has made a power rankings video for a draft league I'm in, the BFR. This particular season is kind of an off-season thing, is 5 rules, which basically, to give you the short version, is every coach submits a few rules, and that changes how you play the game week to week. So like each week we'll pick a few rules. It can be as simple as, no one can use substitute this week to your entire roster is Wooloo this week. So really, it's a format that depends on the creativity of the coaches, and I think we have a lot of creative rules this season. It's gonna be fun, but yeah, let's just get into it.
All right, it's time for the next season of BFR.
True, true, and
This
also
is a
real.
weird one. We've got
Yeah,
Body
yeah.
Rules 2.
Tell you what,
Body
why don't we
Rules
give
is a
you the
format
progression series
where
treatment?
every
Because I'm
coach
reacting anyways. We'll
submits.
do.
We did 5 rules this season, and then the mods go through and we pick out which ones we think will work best.
He says the mod, as if he's a mod. Wait, he is a mod. Wait, I'm a mod. Oh, who made that decision?
Format, and we pair up 3 to fit in 1 week, and we randomly pick each week which set of 3 rules we're going to use. So here's some examples of the
Talk man talking, get to the ranking. Talk
stuff
man, talk
or
man,
fun
talk
menu
man, talk
of
man,
yeah,
talk
happening
man, talk man.
drafting Pokemon that are got.
He's explaining the rules.
Other
If you don't know
thing,
the rules,
so
watch the original
it's
video.
like every week you pick a team of essentially 6. Some rules you might not actually be able to bring your whole team. For example, the Little Cup rule. Pokemon
He's
bans
still,
aren't
he's
allowed
still
in Little Cup.
explaining Little
You just
Cup.
can't bring 6 Pokemon. But these are the teams that everyone came up with. Here you can see the quirk that people drafted with.
Okay, really quick. Which team here is objectively the best, right? Now, I look at Papa's teams. Papa always drafts really good teams. I mean, look at all the resistances here. That was the point of his draft. Very, very strong, of course. But, I mean, the best team is obviously the Raikos. That's my team, Winter. As you can see, kind of in this bottom area. I don't know if my cursor does not show up, but it's the third to last one here. And, yeah, I mean, unbeatable. Look at it. It's got 9 tails on it. How are you going to beat that?
Here's mine. I picked Old and New, which is only
Oh, yeah, you
German,
want to show off
found
yours.
in
That's
one.
cool. No one cares.
And yeah, now that I've explained how the drafting works, how the weeks will go, all the weird rules, we're gonna get into the Body Rules PR.
Okay, here's what we're here for. We're here
So
for
I
the
got
power
this
ranking.
list of everybody's mascot, and we're gonna go through because I was too lazy to download.
Really curious to see where a few of these end up. I think I have some
I'll
strong
name the teams as we
opinions.
go. But I'll be ranking everyone using their mascots. So
Yeah.
starting with Papa, we're going to be looking at his team.
Good music
He's got
change. Good
Mr.
music change.
Hornty, Gastro, Hydra, Doxbun, Salazzle, Lucario, Saucebuck, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, and Colossal. We're going to be ranking
Very
them
singles-oriented
how
team.
well they would do in an escape room. So,
Oh?
Papa's team, I think it's not gonna be bad. I think it
Oh
mostly
wait,
relies
that's
on
interesting. Hold on. See, this is why I like Eon's power rankings more than anyone else. Is that his rankings are always the most objective, right? Like a lot of people in power rankings, they'll go, oh, we'll go by base stat total. Who has the best base stat total, or whose mons are worth the most points? Who had the most value? That's not really objective, right? Like, look at a Pokemon like Murkrow that's very impactful in VGC drafts. It doesn't have a really high base stat total, but it's always one of the strongest Pokemon you can draft. It's very deceptive. There's also like abilities like Sand Rush or maybe Trick Room Mons don't have as much speed, so their BST is lower, like kind of by default. It doesn't really talk to the power, but I like how he's ranking them by if they can escape draft an escape room, because that's just an objective way to view the situation.
and Urshifu.
That's what I appreciate about Eon's
Salazzle
power
and
ranking videos.
Lucario can help a decent amount too, but things like Gastro, Hydra, Ursa Luna might be able to help, but like they're just gonna really struggle to like pick things up and like look at things like that. Colossal is like a
No
better handle.
arms.
I think it really comes down to how good Goldango and Urshifu would do in.
I feel like those two could do
escape
pretty
room.
well, but like the
I
rest
think
are.
they would do okay. I think their teams.
Yeah, that's fair ranking.
They'll be
That's
able
a
to
pretty
solve
fair
the roster.
ranking, I think.
So next we'll move on to Frosty's team, and
Okay.
Frosty has a lot of humanoid-ish type Pokemon with at least hands.
What's
so
interesting
that
about
they
this
pick things
team?
up.
Hold on. Shut up, Eon. So what's interesting about this team is that they have a lot of flyers, which in an escape room, you don't really think of very often about flying. But there's something to be said. Like, look at Halucha, Ribombee, uh, Scizor can probably fly, Landorus, Thundurus. Like, Spiders can climb up walls, Greninja probably too. Thwacky's just left in the dust, I guess. But like, flying is just such a huge advantage in escape rooms because you get a new
Sea door is
perspective on
a
everything, right?
risk bringing into an escape room. Like if you break something really important, then you're kind of screwed. But everyone else, except for like Sill Valley, can pick stuff up no problem. So
Yeah, so Valley
I
can
think this
change
is a
its type
pretty competent team in that regard. When it
for
comes
sure.
to actual problem solving, I feel like Rabambi would be really good at solving puzzles.
In between Spatus and
I don't really
Greninja,
know
you
if really
have all the
bad
brain
landing
power you
gear
need,
would
right? And
like
Incineroar
require
Landorus provide the
teenagers, so
muscle.
they'd be good at these, you know. But I think overall this team would do pretty okay. Frosty is Gardevoir, so we're gonna put him at least A. You know,
That's fair.
these tiers will change.
See,
As
this is
we
a good
go through
ranking. This is
teams,
why it's
and
objective. We can all reach the same
the names of the tiers
conclusions,
might also
right?
change, like how quickly they can do it, whatever. Hollow's team, I don't really need to think about anything. They have a literal supercomputer, so yeah.
That's true.
Roma's
That's true.
team,
I
Roma's
think it
team
deserves a little bit more,
is maybe similar to
discussion. Let's talk about the team a little bit, right? Metagross. Okay, let's move on.
Frosty's, but a little bit worse because you have like Meltan and Necrozma that are huge and like huge meaty Guzzlord as well. Claws that can't really like pick stuff up.
They could just
and
break
run
out the
and escape
room, right?
So they would be like detriments, I think. And then you have like Cannon, Torracat, Primarina, Gligar, none of which can really like
Mobility
interact with
here
the
is
room
lacking for
without, like,
sure.
breaking it or like doesn't have thumbs. So it really comes down to like Zeraora, Serena, Heracross, and kind of Nihilego. I'm guessing you can see, but it doesn't have eyes, so
I think the hardest part about this team getting through an escape room is the finite motor movements, right? Like when you need to pick up like a scrap of paper or something. Melmetal's gonna have trouble with that for sure. Primarina
might
as
struggle a
well.
little bit. So I think this would probably be similar to Papa's team actually. Now that I'm looking through it more, maybe even worse, just because of the size of some of these mons. Like they're gonna get in the way so much, you know.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think for now, we're gonna put it in C.
That's what I'm talking about.
Next, we have Towers. Towers has Mew, Great Tusk, Tapu Fini, Kyurem, Bronzong, Whimsicott, Iron Thorns, Venusaur, Ninetales, Swallow, and Rhyhorn.
Get burned
So I
place
think this is a
down.
similar issue of like not a lot of mobile Pokemon with hands that can pick things up. Like you have Mew, you have Fini, you have Whimsicott. That's about it.
I don't think
I don't
Finny
think like
even
Ninetales
has
is
hands,
useless.
does
I do
it?
think things like Great Tusk, Kyurem, Iron Thorns. I think all of those
Well, it
would
might.
be a detriment, and then like small of Rhyhorn and Venusaur would just be kind of useless. I don't
Yeah,
see
for
them a lot
sure.
helping. I do think Mew alone would be pretty good at solving escape room though. Mew and Whimsicott in general, I think would be pretty
Like
good.
we're not talking about Great Tusk enough. Great Tusk can well, where is this? Oh, sneak preview on the set they're gonna bring. Um, yeah. No, let's go back to
So
the
we're actually gonna put this Towers.
chart. All right, where did I put? Where do you put it? Put an A. Okay.
Kind of vibe to you.
We need to talk about Great Tusk because this guy can tear down some walls, right? It's a big elephant, big, huge, massive elephant. Big tusks even. I think it's in a name. So I think this team can get out of an escape room. I'll say that it can do it for sure. Probably
So
not
we
the
have
intended
Odyssey.
way.
He's got
Oh,
Bat,
this is gonna be
Alolan,
controversial. Hold
Rylait,
on.
Rimaldo, Reuniclus, Lokix, Grafaiai, Basculegion, Magnezone, Sandy Shocks, and Tropius.
Tell me this is A
So,
tier.
right off the back, I think Lilligant, Grafaiai, maybe even Lokix would be pretty decent here.
Oh yeah, for
Reuniclus
sure.
maybe would be good help. I do, however, think if they don't solve it fast enough, Rylait just gets pissed and he breaks everything in the room. So like,
That's not gonna be hard. See, here's the issue, right? He's looking at his team. He's got all the angry ones like Annihilate. You know, we got Basculegion, maybe Grafaiai. You're looking at this the wrong way, though. Their rage motivates them. Think about this, right? Think about this. When you lose a game, right? The natural human response to losing that game is, oh, you know, I am not performing at the best of my abilities. How do I improve? So Analip is, to my opinion, Analip would certainly be more self-reflective, right? Like, oh, I can't figure out this puzzle. What am I doing wrong? What do I need to change to fix this, right? I don't think making an assumption based on, you know, its name or its, you know, where it comes from. I don't think it's very appropriate to make those assumptions. I think that Analip and these other quote unquote angry Mons will strive to better themselves in this room, and in doing so, they'll come to an epiphany or maybe see things from a new perspective. And I think that's going to be a huge benefit to an escape room. It's like when you get stuck, they're going to think outside the box, right? Someone like Lilligant is too calm, can't think about rage. Sometimes rage is the answer, right? Maybe think of it that way.
would you escape? Maybe. Technically, would you solve it?
Yeah, you'd
Probably
solve
not.
it. Oh, see, here's
So
where we
let's look
disagree.
like Basculegion. Basculegion is also like a vengeful spirit type mon.
Yeah, see, he's talking about Basculegion now. Yep, he's stereotyping. Yep.
I think we're gonna have to make a new tier for this. In
Mm.
the middle somewhere.
Oh, and this is not just stereotyping. We're
We'll decide
also
what we name it.
putting them in their
For
own
now, that's
place.
where Fox is
That's
gonna go.
interesting. That's interesting. We're segregating them.
Next up is
That's
my team.
interesting.
I've got Walking Wake, Meowscarada, Iron Treads, Mousehold, Glamora, Tinkaton, Skeledirge,
He's
Weezing,
gonna raise his own
Scyther, and
team.
Pikachu. And similar to the other teams, I have some risks on the team. I got Scyther. He can't do
Right.
anything in this room. I got Skeledirge. He has to be careful where he's walking. All those flames everywhere. Iron Treads probably not very helpful at all. Walking Wake, Prehistoric Dinosaur probably got like a peanut-sized brain. I do, however, have Meowscarada,
Oh
Mousehold,
boy.
Tinkaton, Pikachu.
Yeah, not unlike
I
yourself.
think
Not unlike
between
yourself.
Meowscarada and Mousehold, they're gonna get out of that room pretty quick. I don't think I'm at risk of like breaking the room or anything. I think we're at
Whoa, that seems like a leap in logic. Hold on. So you're saying, oh yeah, this has all the same problems as the last team, except mine will do it. Okay, interesting, interesting.
okay, so next we got Agent 7. Agent 7,
Doesn't care to elaborate.
Pao, Chi-Yu, Jellicent,
Oh,
Krookodile,
Agent
Squirtle,
7's solving
Sanders,
it, no
Blueberry,
problem,
Buzzwole,
bro.
Bisharp,
Look
and
at that.
Squirtle. This team feels like it's in an odd spot. There's no like imminent danger from any of the mons. Maybe Buzzwole because he's a little too strong. Maybe
No, I'd
Bisharp, but
imagine
like I
she
feel like his
used the
hands
weakest link
don't have
because
to be
it
knives
puts
all
a.
the time. He can like
Okay,
make
let's talk about Chiyu. She used a fish that puts a more strict timer on your escape room, right? You're not going against. Oh, you have to escape the room in 30 minutes, right? No, you have to escape it before Chiyu suffocates. Okay, before Jellicent suffocates because there's no water in the room. I think Smeargle and Bisharp are pretty leads here. I don't know what the first one is. The webcam is blocking it, but Porygon Z is literally a computer program. Just run it,
that's
bro.
his thing, right?
Just run it.
Chi-Yu, I don't know, is it like made of fire? Is he gonna catch things on fire just by being there? I'm gonna guess no. I think it'll be okay. You are a little bit lacking in Pokemon that can like pick things up and like move things or like push buttons.
I mean, the bottom three alone
Could
can
be
do
an
all
issue,
that,
but
right?
overall, I don't think it's that big of a problem. I think it's
Or
probably the
just
same
can
tier
probably do it
as
as well.
Papa's team, or maybe Roma. Is Roma one under? Yeah, so I lied. We're just gonna. It's not very good. I also don't think they have like a great
Oh,
like.
yeah, that's another
Porygon Z
disagree
is
from
close, but
from
it's
you.
corrupted. So like, he's probably not all there. He's like a little. But next up we got Milo.
Okay,
He's got
okay.
Roaring Moon, Namorous T, Patron, Spectre, Donphan, Boros, Thundurus, Muck, Go-Go, Hitmonchan, Glalie. Okay, so
Sure, sure.
I think your only Mon with hands is Thundy.
Well, Hitmonchan has hands. They're
Honestly, I
just
do
kind
not
of
trust
kind of
Thundy to get
blocked.
out of the escape room. I think Hitmonchan could be some help, but the gloves really hold him back. Like you can't
Yeah,
do a lot
yeah.
of those. So
We're on the same
this
page. We're
team
on the same
is
page.
just too many like quadrupeds.
Spectre could walk through
They're
some
not like threatening the
walls.
space, but you have one guy doing all the work, and
Oh,
it's not the smartest guy in the bunch. I
yikes.
think we're actually gonna have to add a new tier
We're just
below
adding more new
these
tiers.
guys and put Milo's team there.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
don't actually know which one. Hot Air and
I mean, it'd
Sand,
be
Cool
hard. They
Air,
could
they could be
maybe
good.
solve it, but they can't
Next up, we
do
got Coolio,
anything,
though.
you know?
Coolio's got Rillaboom, Lecky, Bikini, Slurpuff, Politoed, Iron Hands, Latios, Seismitoad, Moltres, Mawile, and I think similar to
This is a
Tower's
good team, though.
you don't have like no.
It's
I
not
think it's
broken, but
actually
it's
in a
good.
better spot than Tower's team. Like Politoed has hands, Victini has hands, Rillaboom has hands, Seismitoad. Mawile has like stubby hands, but they're still hands.
He has a
They
mouth,
don't have
too.
anything that can't do anything. Even
Big
Latios has
mouth.
hands. Like Moltres is probably your worst thing, but it's not actually fire, right? So you don't run the risk of burning anything down or anything. You have Regieleki, which could be good.
I think it's
Bad.
fine. I think it's literally
Combo,
fine. Like, Latios is probably the smartest. And it even has hands. No opposable thumbs, mind you, but it does have, like, some hands. And it can fly and get new perspectives and stuff. I think it's definitely capable of solving the escape room on its own. And you still get input from like Seismitoad, from Mawile, Rillaboom. There's still input. Most of the guys here are pretty level-headed. Um, yeah, I think this team is certainly capable. I think this is like the classic C tier, right? There's nothing insane here, but they're all very capable.
electronically reliant the escape room is and how well Lucky can do it not overloading the system, something like that. But overall, I think this team would be really good. I think maybe we add a tier below
We're just adding tiers for every team now. That's cool.
there.
That's interesting. I wonder if I'll get my own tier.
All right, now we got Jace. Jace's team is Excadrill, Latias, Tikar, Sylveon, Rotom, Wash, Arcanine, Mungus, Murkrow, Oranguru, Ursaring, and Cobaldian.
This seems okay.
I do think you're a little bit strapped for mons that can actually do things. I think Latias, Oranguru.
I mean,
Ursaring,
monkey
Tikar
on
have
its
the
own,
same
right?
amount
It's
of
a
the-
monkey.
They have hands, but like.
Oh, we need to
good
talk
one.
about. Okay. So Jace's team, very good for the escape room. You got Latias for the brains. Uh, Everyone can input something here, right? Cobalian's level-headed. Tyranitar will have different perspectives. Rotom Wash there. We gotta talk about Monkey though. Monkey has opposable thumbs and the Monkey.
handling things. Well, not something similar to Regieleki is like Rotom. Depending on how electronically involved the escape room is,
Yeah, I
you could
already
probably
said
possess some
that.
of the stuff in there, and that could
Not a
help.
great
But not really
observation if
run
I
the
already
risk of
said it, huh?
overloading circuits like a Lucky would, because that's like Rotom's thing, is like going into electronics and taking over. I also think that you have like some smart Pokemon that would be able to figure it out for the Mons that have hands that can actually do stuff. Like Murkrow is probably pretty smart. Sylveon might be smart.
Yeah, yeah,
Cobalion
yeah.
could be smart. Oh no, he's probably like in between. But overall, I think this team could actually do pretty well. I think we'll put it up here for now.
Okay,
Tempted to put
okay,
it
I respect it.
here, just for the sake of Rotom solving the room in an unintended way, potentially just being able to like open the door. But for now, we're gonna put him here. All right,
Sure,
so next
sure.
up we got Electric. Electric's team of Zapdos, Sneasler, Jirachi, Nidoking, Moltres, Starmie, Grimmsnarl, Ditto,
This is a decent team
Exeggutor,
too,
Alola,
actually.
Persian, and Morpeko. I think you
That
have a
cat
decent
will
amount of
do a
Pokemon that
lot.
can like handle stuff, and I think you have one that are smart enough to
Oh, yo,
solve it.
check this
The
out.
issue is
Check this out. The only ones you have that can't grab stuff is like what? The birds? Zapdos, Moltres, Starmie. Ditto can transform into one that can hold stuff. Maybe Executor too. But like Starmie has psychic powers, it could just lift stuff. And like Zapdos and Moltres can grab things with their toes, their feet sees, you know. So this is a very grabbable team. If I let's use the term, it's very grabbable, deceptively grabbable, I'll say. And it has lots of potential. I mean, Sneasler can climb. You got some flyers. I'm a little bit worried about Moltres, but you know, just don't set stuff on fire. Wait, no one can put out. Oh, Starmie can put out the fire, right? It can generate water somehow.
is you also have a lot of really big Pokemon. You've got two legendary birds
Yeah, that's
and
kind of
Exeggutor
true.
Alola.
Oh,
So
yeah. I mean, I did
it
forget.
must be
Executor
so
Lola
hard
is
to
just a
like
tall
maneuver around the
boy.
room and not break things with
Yeah, wait,
Moltres,
wait, wait,
especially
wait,
setting
wait.
things on.
Hear me out. Check this out, right? Check this out, right? Check this out. Sneaser's a mon, right? Look at Executor Lola, 6 foot. Sneasler, 5 foot 11. The jokes write themselves.
Fire. And I don't know if there's any escape room that could fit Peggy, which you could argue just means you're down a player, but I'm taking into account like he has to fit in there somehow, right? So like break the ceiling, bend his neck all around the room, like figure it out. It's gotta help somehow. So I think this could go in the same.
That's
tier,
that's an
honestly,
okay
as the
stipulation.
body of if they can if they can not break the room, they'll be able to solve it eventually. I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Honestly,
That's
it's pretty
fair.
good.
That's a
So
fair assumption, I think.
we'll put him. What's his mascot?
This is why we agree on
Uh,
everything.
we'll put them in the same tier as Foddy, but above Foddy. I don't know if I'm ordering within tiers or just tiering them.
It's
We'll figure
alright.
it out
It's
soon.
alright.
But
Yeah,
next we
yeah.
got Radlup. Radlup's got Coco, Corviknight, Ironmoth, Gyarados, Breloom, Mamoswine, Armarouge, Torkoal, Marowak, Exeggutor, and Tauros.
Marowak is a huge pickup
So
here.
again, I'm noticing an issue of not very many Pokemon with hands. You do have Armarouge, Breloom, and Marowak, but
Yeah, that's sort of
Breloom
big
and
free.
Marowak are short. Breloom especially has really stubby arms. Not sure how much help exactly they would be. Armarouge, on the other hand, can probably deal with all of the button pressing. You do have a few big Pokemon,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Gyarados and Mamoswine, so that can make maneuvering around the room a little bit difficult.
I mean,
but
don't
overall,
discount
not,
Tauros.
like,
Tauros is
entirely
a
detrimental.
bull. Have you ever been around a
Now
bull?
it
Those
just
things are
comes down
huge.
to mentally, could they escape the room in time? Um, honestly, I'm not that convinced. Iron Moth might be like smart just because it's super futuristic.
How is
Exeggutor's
Iron
psychic
Moth gonna
types, and then it's got
communicate though?
some sentience there.
That's my thing. It
Corvid
might. I don't
is,
know.
Raven, Crow, whatever. Those are usually pretty smart.
Yeah,
It's just
Corvids are
tough,
very
man.
smart. So Corvid is the I think class or family. I think it's probably family of birds that are super intelligent. This includes ravens, crows, blackbirds, corvids. They're very intelligent and are very capable of like they're almost like they're domesticated, right? Because they can live alongside people and like bring people things and for exchange for goods and services, right? So very smart birds. I think a Corviknight on its own could solve the room. Honestly, I'm not. I wouldn't be
Could they make it out?
surprised.
Could they make it out? Honestly, we'll probably put
That's my
them
that's my degree coming into play.
with Papa's team. Yeah, I think putting Redlove's team with Papa is fair. I think that makes sense.
Yo, here we
Next
go.
up, we
Here
got
we go.
Hunter's team.
Okay, okay. This is my team. I mean, look at this. It's literally free. Look at this. I heard Valiant, Slow King, Zoroark, brother. It's happening. Oh, it's so
Hunter has
happening.
Iron Valiant, Celesteela, Slowking Galar, Barraskewda, Hisuian Zoroark, Lando T, Ninetales Alola, Turtonator, Alolan Sandslash, Poltegeist, and Butterfree. I
This
think
is a draft strategy. By the way, going off the Pokemon battling part of the draft strategy. This is what I like to call the mullet draft, where I do because in this league, like some of the rules, like it's a primarily singles league, right? there might be a rule one week there's like this week is played in VGC format. So I tried to draft my team with that in mind, and I said, okay, mullet time. We do singles in front, VGC in back, business in front, party in back. You know what I mean? It's just like that.
Valiant and Zoroark.
It's a very effective strategy if you're
like move stuff
drafting for
easily.
multiple
I think the
formats.
existence of Celesteela at all is an issue. It's like also significantly bigger than most any escape room could ever be, and it wouldn't really be able to help at all. It would literally just get in the way.
It's
I
not
think if
true.
you can figure that issue out though.
I want to
enough
explain why.
smart
It's just not
Pokemon
true.
To escape the room, and enough Pokemon to maneuver things to where you can not have to worry about that. So I think this will also go in one of the higher tiers. Is it as good as Coolio's? Where's Coolio?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
better,
I
yeah.
think we'll give it to Winter for now. Alright, next we got Zenduck. Zenduck has Iron Bundle, Kartana.
That's it, okay.
Kamala, Palma.
I could probably just end the video here. I don't care about anything else. Yeah, I think his assumptions are pretty good. I think we didn't really talk about Zoroark at all. I think Zoroark can help, like, recreate how the room got to the state it was. And I mean, with Slowking's help, Slowking plus Zoroark is such a broken combo. Honestly, it might even be S tier. Like, it's not a supercomputer, true. But, like, who's gonna program the supercomputer to get out? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like my team's a lot of potential. There's flyers here. There's I mean, Sunslash Alola is super fast in the snow, and Nento's Alola will make it snow in the room. Turtonator's there, doing his best. Butterfree can fly. I mean, yeah, Celesteela is big. I'll give you that. You know, it's a big guy. He's a extra large fellow. But I think just between like Slowking and Zoroark, even discounting Barrascuta's like time limit for not being in the water, I think they got it pretty on lock. And of course, Iron Valiant has tools. Literally brought its own tools with it. It's free.
UC, Mesprit, Trapinch, Octillery. Okay, so this is kind of interesting.
I like this team. Can I just say, I really like they get drafted Azelf, Uxie, and Mesprit. I think that's so cool.
You have some really capable Pokemon.
Oh yeah, for the escape from this, they are also very good for that.
They drafted all three of the Lake Spirits. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
So between these three, I feel like they could figure it out. I think your only issues come with Kartana. Like if it cuts something really important, it's like sword arms or anything.
Okay. Wait, there's a good point here. Oh, that's yeah, get out of the way. Okay, it's a good point that Kartana can cut like important keys or whatever you have, right? My idea before I brought that up is that Iron Bundle can hold all your stuff. So Kartana's not going to hold anything. It's just going to float around and kind of, you know, check up on everyone. It's going to be like the ringleader, right? It won't touch anything. It'll just kind of be floating around, asking questions, you know, getting people to think. Iron Bundle will hold all your stuff. Bundle's in the name. And I think if you just give Bundle everything, have Azelf, Uxie, Mesprit, you know, inspecting, you got Kartana connecting all of them, you know, I think they got it.
Or,
Even
like,
with Kamala sleeping, I think they got it.
Like yoink a key, and like no one notices. Like he just has no interest in escaping the room, and just like wants the key, you know.
Yeah, that's true though. That is a
I
detriment.
think eventually they would figure it out though if something like that happened. So I think this team actually ranks pretty high.
It is high, but the Clef Key thing does kind of bring it down, doesn't it?
I don't think anything can really compete with the supercomputer that is Metagross.
Well, I mean, Slowking can, but that's, you know,
and finally we have
skill issue
with Dragapult, Kingambit, Gliscor, Slitherwing, Slowking, Avalugg, Weezing, Electros.
Okay, this one also has Slowking.
Superior, Dragonair, and Arctivish.
But they're all snakes. I mean, look at it. You got Pult, you got Electros, you got Superior, you got Dragonair. Slitherwing and Arctivish technically count. Gliscor has big meaty claws. I don't think Kingambit would move, though. This is a tough one. This is a big opposable thumbs issue. Slowking's gonna have to solo the room, which again isn't impossible, but is slow, right? Even with the speed of Dragapult, what's Dragapult gonna do? Phase in and grab a key? Yeah, this team's pretty good, actually. I think this team's one of the better ones.
Like, really strapped Vermons with hands. Dragapult has stubby little claws. Kingambit has like sword arms. Let me look at Kingambit. Alright, yeah, this dude does not have hands. He cannot.
No, unlucky.
I mean, he won't like break stuff like I thought he might, but
does Dragapult have hands? Editor, put Dragapult on screen, and also an explosion. But also, show me if it has hands. It has hands. This is top tier.
Slowking is probably your closest thing to having hands. That and Superior technically has like little arms, but nothing with like fingers. So like, if anything requires like even slightly precise movement.
Maybe Electros can use suction.
Things. Your only real bet is like Slowking, maybe Electros.
Slowking psychic moves. Here's what has to happen, right? Slowking is physically slow. It's going to rely on Dragapult's speed. Slowking just has to solve the room. Dragapult's going to phase in and out, grab everything you need, and relay it to Slowking, and Slowking will solve the room. That's how it's gonna have to go. Very, very capable duo. This also just the duo. Everyone else is just sitting there watching. So I mean, it's definitely capable of solving the room. I don't
That's
think
plus.
it's bad.
Uh,
I just think it's
the matchup I think
inefficient.
Slowking could figure out. So like it really just comes down to can Slowking solo the escape room.
Exactly, yeah.
I think maybe it could. I do think it'll be in the lower tiers though. I don't think it's quite as bad as Velo's, but I do think it will be here. I think
I'd
these
put it a
top
little bit
tiers.
higher, honestly.
Um, Let me just look over everything real quick, and we'll get back to it. The final
Also, this
rankings
is
of
a
the season.
really messy tier list. Can we clean this up to see if it's me? I mean, we're talking me. If it's me, I'm coming fully prepared of 14 tiers and I'm ready to go.
All right, so this is what we're gonna go with our final rankings.
Oh, okay. Wait, we have final ranking. Let's read this. So, solid for entering the room, supercomputer. Fair, kind of. I mean, you're relying on it already having a program, but I mean, okay. We'll give the benefit of the doubt because Metagross is living. It's biological somehow, so it's capable of thinking through it. Yeah, we'll give it to that. Solve quickly and efficiently. If it was 3, yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely make it out in time. Possibly solve it. More likely to break something important. See, I still kind of disagree with some of these placements, but I do think the grading system is fair and very objective.
The tiers
Physically
are
could not
ordered,
solve puzzles. I don't
so
think I saw any
no one
like
really
that
moved out of my
though.
tier, except I did drop down Agnes. After looking again, I really don't know if any of these Pokemon could physically make it out of the room.
Well, Dragapult can is the
So really
thing,
just
right?
relying
It
on
just
Slowking too.
goes
I
through
really
the
think he has like
walls.
heavy little, like, doesn't even have like thumbs. Like, so this is what we're looking at for the season, and hopefully this PR gave you a good idea of what to look out for as we move on with Foddy Rules. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you
I
think
did
that
enjoy,
I hyper focused on the logistics of Pokemon being able to pick up things in an escape room and solve puzzles with that, let me know in the comments because I probably did. If you think I overlooked something on one of these teams and something could definitely get out of an escape room like instantaneously,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
ignore me.
Trust me, I'll make a
It's
whole
fine.
video on
Let me
it.
know. Or if you just want to say hi, you can but until week 1, bye.
Okay, so uh, that's interesting. Very good insights. I agree with most of what Eon said. Honestly, there were just a few moments where I was like, "You're not thinking hard enough about this," or maybe you missed a move, Phantom Force or something. Overall, very happy with the tier list. Very happy with my placement. This is not an ordered tier list, obviously. Otherwise, I'd be above the other two teams in my tier. But I'm happy with the placement I was given, and I think it will reflect in the gameplay of the season. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Sub to Eon, sub to me, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed.